It's time for Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com and 98.3 KADQ. Rebel Sports is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, Ready, Rich School District, Town of Randolph, Evanston Regional Hospital, Come On In, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, T7 Propane, Station on Main, Stacy's Repair, Ellington Brothers, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, Jimmy John's, Dr. McKay Frankum, Crawford Trough, Woodruff Corner Store, Our Bakery, Mound Valley Cattle Company, and the town of Garden City.
Welcome to all of our viewers out there. We're just getting our visual hooked up, so you'll see, you'll be able to see a picture here in a minute. But welcome to all those tuning in for our pregame show. We're going to go to break real quick. When we come back, we will work on getting that camera picture for you. But once again, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back after this.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellington Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellington. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On In, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On In, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On In is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On In.
Coach Cornea, we're here for our coach's show. And Coach, you went into a hostile as normal Manila gym. You got to give them props for that environment they always have, and you guys came away with the win. What was your takeaway this past weekend?
Well, our obstacle that we kind of said that we have to overcome this week is nothing is going to be easy when we're on paper better than a team. I think we saw that last week with Cokeville, who, we played during the summer and, beat, I think, every time we played them. Varsity basketball in season, nothing is easy. Manila, same way. They were missing a few kids when we played them in the summer, but we saw them a lot. They got a few kids back and they're in their gym, and it matters. Teams play very hard. They make it difficult to do the things that you bank on, that you try to get. And I just hats off to Manila. That was an unbelievable effort by them. I think if we see them down the road, I think we'll be a little better prepped for exactly what they'll do. But man, Wyatt Muir and T. Goodman and the Whale Twins, they're good players. And, you're going to have to earn everything you get from them.
Yeah, Coach, you're good friends with Coach Hughes. What does he do right over there? He usually doesn't have a ton of size height-wise, but he always has scrappy, athletic kids. So what's he doing right to keep Manila always in the fight?
Those kids are just so disciplined, and they buy into everything that he does, and they do very small details well. You can't just simply bump them off a line and they fight to get back on it. They box out every time. They close out right. They may be the best team at drawing a charge I've ever seen, and they come from good coaching that kids buy into. And, it doesn't matter how down Manila might be with athletes or numbers or anything like that. It's always going to be a tough gym to go play in, and that's because of the tradition they have that Mike has just kept going.
Carter's shown that he's a great hybrid player. Talk about his performance and Ridge able to bounce back and be his old self last weekend.
Well, those two combining for 41, it was huge. I think teams, they see Drake, they see Ridge, they know that Carter Scott can shoot it, and we knew that Carter Hoffman, as good a shooter he is, was hard to cover four good shooters, and I actually think he hasn't looked for a shot enough, and that was a challenge we gave him before the games, is that, hey, have the courage to step up and shoot and live with the consequences. You're either going to make it or miss it, but we trust you. Those two that he hit down the stretch were just huge shots. He shot them with confidence, and we have four guys that you have to contend with on the perimeter like that. We just pose a lot of problems to teams. And I don't know how much you were in the driveway shooting. I do see you throwing the football in the backyard quite a bit with your nephews. Carter's the type of kid, he misses a few shots and he gets into the gym and gets on a shooting machine and he shoots 2,000, 3,000 shots until he's feeling better. And it's a type of game that, reps pay off. That sweat equity in the gym is a real thing in basketball. And Carter Hoffman is a great example of it.
Congrats on the successful weekend out at Manila, and this week you've got St. Joe's and Tintic, so good luck this weekend. We'll be there broadcasting that, and thank you for your time.
Can't wait. Thanks, Bradley.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to our listeners. I am here at Rich High School once again, and for our Where Are They Now segment, we sometimes like to do live interviews, and I've got my friend Cooper Cornea, Coach Cooper Cornea, with me. Coach, thanks for taking a second. I know your wife never sees you, so I made sure we grabbed you when you finally got back to your family after the wrestling match.
Oh, absolutely. We really appreciate that. Yeah, I thought this was kind of a funny Where Are They Now, because where am I? Still right here at Rich High School. Haven't left.
Well, as a benefit to our kids. So, yeah, Coach, let's talk about what's life been like after high school. So we graduated together. It's been I came and spoke at Career Day today, and I told everyone it's been 14, 15 years since we were students here. So give everyone a little update on what life's been like the last 14 years for you.
Yeah, it's been great. Right after graduation, I served a mission in Honduras. Came back, went to Weber State, went into teaching, and graduated. I was lucky enough to have a student teaching opportunity fall through down on the Wasatch Front, and so I was able to come back to good old Rich High School, and they were gracious enough to accept me back and let me student teach here, and I kind of just lucked into timing it up right so that I could get a job, and I've been here ever since, coaching football and wrestling. So.
And what about your family? Give us an update on your family life.
Yeah, so I married an old Evanston Red Devil, converted her to the good side here.
Yeah, I see her wearing blue on often. So you've
absolutely,
done your job.
We got them. Which fits in. She's a BYU fan, so kind of goes with her color scheme.
That's right.
So it's better fit, anyways. And we got 3 wonderful little kids, a little boy in kindergarten, and a couple of beautiful little girls.
So, Coop, what's it like? I was actually catching up with Miss Muir, who's one of my favorite teachers we ever had. We talked for a while. But what's it like that some of your coworkers are the ones who taught us while we were here?
Yeah, it's strange, and it's been weird. I made the realization the other day that Miss Muir has been here longer than me, Mr. Smith has been here longer than me, and that's it.
Yeah,
so I've kind of outlasted them all, but it's been fun. To see those that were here when we came through as students, see them have that opportunity to reach their golden years and retire, and we miss them, but it's been fun. We got a great staff here now, and things are going well. But yeah, it is kind of interesting to teach with someone, work with somebody that once was your teacher and mentor. So it's been fun.
Absolutely. Well, you couldn't ask for better coworkers, like you said. So looking back on. As I was saying earlier, you're from the class of 2010. What are some memories as you look back that really stick out when you think back to those years at Rich High School?
Well, I hope all of our kids can realize how important the relationships they have with their peers are. As I look back, I wish I had a better memory. I can't go back and recount all the football games and the basketball games we played.
Yep.
But I can remember those relationships we had, and just like me and you when we see each other, it's just like old times. And so I really hope our kids can just understand that they can relish those relationships they build, and that's how it is all through life. Just the relationships we have with people are so special.
Well, when I got here, I saw, I'll use his proper name, Clint Cornelison, and I couldn't help, I always smile when I see him because of the memory. So I'm with you. There's not a lot that I remember, but most things with him I remember. Those are kind of tattooed on my mind. So, I always ask the Where Are They Now segment as they're closing up, and there's been a lot of students who have mentioned you as their favorite teacher, by the way, because I always, that's with our standout student segment, but who's a teacher that comes to mind for you that had a positive impact for you during your 4 years here at Rich?
I
know that's a tough question.
That is, but you know what? I'm gonna throw it back to even junior high. You and I had the opportunity to be with Coach Grohl in junior high, and then come up with him to high school, and then I had the awesome opportunity to coach with him, and then coach under him. And talking about relationships, Coach Grohl cared about people. He loved his students. And he loved his athletes, and he was willing to fight for them. He was willing to give everything he had for them, and I felt that as he coached me and put everything he had into me to try to make me a better football player, and I just always appreciated the time that he put into me.
Well, that's a great shout out, and when he passed away, it was awful and it was hard. But I realized that a lot of the funny stories that we have from growing up junior high and high school, he was always a part of. You know, there's some really funny stories that I can't share on air that you know exactly what I'm talking about that he was in the middle of. So I'm with you. I'm grateful for those memories and that relationship with him. So great shout out.
Absolutely.
Well, Coop, thanks for taking the time to fill in our live slot for Where Are They Now, and good luck for the rest of the year in wrestling.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things. Their faith, their money, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top. 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Okay, we are back. We are back here at Rich High School. Just heard two great interviews from cousins, actually. Coach Lex Cornea, and then our Where Are They Now interview with Coach Cooper Cornea. I sure enjoyed growing up with Cooper, and it was fun reminiscing with him right there. So, thank you.
You had me scared there for a minute, Bradley, when you said two cousins. I'm like, I have not seen that on your genealogy sheet, buddy. How are you related to the Corneas?
You know, we have been here a long time, but not long enough to be with the founding family, I guess I should say. You know, my sister married into the Weston family, so that's as close as we get to the deep roots of Rich County. But anyway, thank you for those tuning in. We're 5.5 minutes out. We're going to go to a quick break. When we get back, we have keys to the game along with our quick lineup of the boys. But when we get back, Rob's going to have some stats of the visiting St. Joe's Jayhawks to share with us, and then we'll be ready to tip off. We'll be back after this.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things. Their faith, their money, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top. 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
The Rebels are hot from three. they roll. When they struggle from three, it doesn't go well. So I'd say three-point land, even though it's hard to put all your money on the three line, that is key. And I will say the battle of the boards on this one. Jayhawks have some height underneath. That'll be a challenge. And I would say run. Use the speed of the Rebels and get some fast break points. Little stats on the Rebels. We watched Ridge Lundgren. He was dealing with some health issues in those 3 games back to back. He still leads the team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals and blocks. So having him back healthy, I think you're going to see the regular Ridge tonight, and I'd say that's another key. St. Joseph's 5-6. They're a 2A school, and we actually matched up with them last year, the first game of the season, and took care of business by about 15 points. They can score. They put up 92 points against the Military Academy in their first game of the season, and Gavin Donovan put up 50 in that game.
Wow.
So now I will say they did match up against Tabiona not too long ago, and Tabby took them down by about 20 points. So yeah, they can score, but I think they only put up about 38 against Tabiona. So I think our defense will take care of business. And when you only have one player really that you need to pay attention to, that's easy to key. When you look at the Rebels, it's Carter Hoffman one night, it's Ridge Lundgren another night, and it's Drake Weston another night. That's hard to focus when you've got 4 or 5 key players that can put 20 points up on you.
And what I'll say, Rob, is, a team like St. Joe's where they have a kid who can get really hot. One benefit to the Rebels tonight is it is a home game. When you're playing the team that has a kid who can get hot, playing at their place with their student body, with most of their parents in the crowd, it can get a little dangerous to have that momentum. But with the Rebels playing at home tonight, hopefully they'll have some of that home court advantage. Good crowd tonight. We did just wrap up a wrestling match, and we apologize we weren't able to air that one, but the Rebel wrestling team was able to have a duel with Cokeville that's just down the road. So a lot of fans have stayed after, and it should be a fun environment tonight. But we're going to get to our team intro and our cheer sponsors, and that's brought to you by Saby Trucking out of Woodruff, and we thank you to Scott Saby and his family for having that sponsorship. We'll be back after this for opening tip.
I'm Aiden Weston. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Paxton Nicodemus. I'm a sophomore, and I play guard.
Dylan Fonswick. I'm a junior, and I play forward.
I'm Carter Scott. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Carter Grohl, junior, forward.
Kate Nelson, junior, forward.
Rich Lundgren. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Dylan Wasden, junior, forward.
My name is Jet Holmes. I'm a junior,
and I play point guard.
My name is Greg Hoffman. I'm a shooting guard, and I'm a senior.
Carter Hoffman, shooting guard, senior.
Drake Weston, senior, guard.
Daniel Smith, senior, forward. Dash Charlie, small forward, freshman.
Connor Creel,
I'm a sophomore, and I play guard.
Wyatt O'Malley, I'm a freshman, and I'm a guard.
Dwight Tingy, freshman, guard.
Bodie O'Malley,
sophomore, center.
My name is Nash Perry, and I am a freshman, and I play guard.
I'm Owen Cornea, I'm a freshman, and I play guard.
Connor Cordia, I'm a freshman, and I play center.
Connor Argyle,
I'm a freshman, and I'm a center.
Hi, I'm Tess Cornea. I'm a junior and I'm a base.
I am Ashlyn Stevens. I am a junior and I am a flyer.
Hi, I'm Quincy Call. I'm a freshman and I'm a base.
My name's Carly England. I'm a junior and I'm a flyer.
I'm Chaisley Levitt, back spot and sophomore.
Avery Weston, junior, side base.
Hi, I'm Bryn Christensen. I'm a sophomore and a back spot.
I'm Kelsey Heiner. I'm a sophomore and I'm a base.
I'm Irie Carlisle. I'm a freshman and I'm a base.
My name is Jordan Reese. I am a freshman and I am a base.
I'm Cassie Argyle. I'm a senior and I'm a base.
Hi everyone, my name is Camry Call. I'm a senior at Ridge High and I'm a back spot.
I'm Joss Ennis. I'm a senior and I'm a flyer.
Okay, welcome back. We were honoring the flag there, but we are ready to go now with the starting lineups. For St. Joe's, number 11, Gunnar Windsor. Number 12, Declan Yarosik. Number 13, Gavin Donovan. We talked about him earlier. Number 14, Dalton Roraba. And number 23, Gavin Wolf.
And now everybody get on your feet for the Rich High Rebels.
And now the starting lineup for the Rich High Rebels. Number 2, Riker Hoffman. Number 5, Drake Weston. Number 12, Ridge Lundgren. Number 23, Carter Hoffman. And we'll round out this starting lineup with number 25, Carter Scott. All right, Rob, we are ready to go here.
All 5 seniors for the Jayhawks, Bradley. Starting lineup.
So obviously some experience there, and reminder for our listeners, St. Joe's is not a team we'll see at state. This is a 2A school coming up from the Ogden area. But they are joining our region next year, so this will become a more familiar team in the years going forward starting next year. And Rob, just a little preview for the football schedule next year. We do play St. Joe's in football next year. That is made official. So
that was one school we would hope to play this year, but didn't get that opportunity.
And that is a team that continues to project in football upwards. So, and I do recognize a few of these names from their football team. But again, welcome to all of our listeners. This is the Rich High Rebels versus the St. Joe's Jayhawks. Riker Hoffman with the tip, and that will go to Ridge Lundgren, who brings it across the timeline. He dribbles past, kicks it to Weston on the left wing. Weston pumps, drives, kicks it to Riker Hoffman. Riker goes right to the basket, and that is good. Good start there for Riker as he's able to put it home for 2 points. And the Jayhawks get it across quickly as they drive the baseline, but kick it back up top to Donovan. Donovan will drive, and he gets right to the basket for 2. And Rob, we spent some time talking about him. He is a high-scoring threat. Hoffman now has it at the wing. He gets it to Carter Hoffman. Great pass there and into Carter, who's fouled on the play, and will have an and one chance at a 3-point play here. So that was a good pass by Riker.
Yeah, curious to see who they give the foul to, and they give it to Gavin Donovan. That may be key because there was at least 4 Jayhawks that had a shot at Carter.
I'm sure that's the last one that Coach Loosemore wanted that to be called on, but Carter puts up that foul shot, and it is good. Carter Hoffman coming off a great game at Manila, and St. Joe's get it across the timeline, up top to Donovan. Donovan dribbles to his left. He's going to kick it back out to Yorosik. What was the call there, Rob? I was looking down at the roster. Travel. So that's a travel call on Yorosik. And the Rebels will take over, up 3 with 7:13 to go in the first quarter. So Riker Hoffman to inbound to Ridge Lundgren. Lundgren bringing it up across the timeline. He kicks it back to Riker. Riker enters it into Carter Hoffman. Carter bumps it back out to Ridge. Ridge drives to the hole and good. The Ridge Lundgren of old right there. And he did have a great bounce-back game against Manila as well. Donovan has it up top, gets it to Yorosik. Yorosik up top to Windsor. Windsor back to Yorosik. Yorosik drives to his left. He makes to the hole. Weston defending, and he's able to have a good finish there. And sorry, I need to adjust our score there. It's actually 7-4 in favor of Rich. Lundgren on the right wing, kicks it to Hoffman. Hoffman into Carter Hoffman. That is defended underneath by Wolf. Wolf knocks it out of bounds. The Rebels will keep possession at the baseline. Lundgren will inbound there at the baseline. He gets it into Carter Hoffman. Hoffman to Weston up top. Then to Scott. To Lundgren in the corner. He drives baseline. Pretty spin move. Not able to finish as Yorosik gets the rebound and crosses the timeline with it. Picks up his dribble but gets it out to Roraba. Roraba up to Wolf. Wolf to Yorosek, then to Donovan up top. Donovan thinks about it. He pumps and drives. Good defense there by Riker Hoffman and Ridge Lundgren as the ball's turned over into the hands of Weston. Weston drives to the hole, and he's going to be fouled on that layup attempt, so he'll go to the line shooting 2. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. So they're going to call that on Declan Yorosek. And they're going to call that on the ground, so the Rebels will take it out of bounds underneath.
Second team foul. Now, Coach Cornea's, he's got him convinced. Drake is going to shoot 2 free throws.
Yep, so Weston will go to the line shooting 2. A little bit of a debate there on if he was on the shot or on the ground, and Weston, his first free throw is up and no good off the front of the iron. So another foul shot coming here for Weston. Rebels with a 3-point lead early on in the first quarter, 7-4. Weston's second foul shot is up and good. Rebels take a 4-point lead with just under 6 to go. Wolf has it on the right wing, gets it back to Windsor. Windsor to Donovan. Donovan drives to his left, but kicks it off his own foot into the hands of Lundgren. Lundgren looks ahead to Hoffman. Hoffman on the left side of the hoop goes for the layup and is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2, and I think that was on Yorosek as well. That might be his second. Nope, they're going to call that on
Gavin Wolf, number 23. So the third foul on the Jayhawks, no fouls on the Rebels yet.
So the Rebels just 2 away from the bonus here in the first quarter. Hoffman's first foul shot is up and good. He's been great from the line all year, and he continues to do so today with his second trip to the line. Hoffman's second is up and good, giving the Rebels a 10-4 lead. Donovan gets it across to Yorosek, back to Donovan. Donovan drives to his left. He'll shoot, and that is off the mark. Initially rebounded by Scott, but then put up by 2 Jayhawks, the second being Dalton Rorabaugh. He is able to finish at the hoop for the putback. Rebels take it the other direction, and that is stolen by Wolf underneath. He takes that away from Riker Hoffman. Ridge Lundgren able to pick his pocket, though, and takes it to the hoop and scores. So what could have been a momentum swing there a little bit for the Jayhawks turns into another score for the Rebels, who are now up 12-6. And they're going to have a referee's timeout here as Rorabaugh, I think he was hit in the mouth on that putback on the other end of the hoop. So we'll take a quick break here. Yeah, I didn't think we were sitting, so we're going to go right back because that was just a referee's timeout. So a substitution here as number 22. They just have it on the roster as W. Beatty. So Beatty will come in for Rorabaugh into the game here. He gets it into Windsor. Windsor across the line to Donovan. Donovan dribbles to his left. Hands off to Yorosek. Yorosek to Wolf. Wolf drives to his left. He's defended by Hoffman, and they're going to call him for a hand check on that drive. So that'll be the Rebels' first.
It's going to be the foul's going to be on Hoffman. The question is it Riker or Carter? And they're going to give it to Carter. First foul on the Rebels.
I don't think Riker's had a foul yet, so happy to see that. He's been plagued with these first quarter fouls, and he's done great so far, keeping away from the foul trouble. Ball is entered into Wolf. He drives and is not able to finish, being defended by Drake Weston. Lundgren gets the rebound and takes it up court. Great ball movement there from Hoffman to Lundgren to Hoffman. Not able to finish there. Rebound by Beatty, and that will be a jump ball, and it should stay here with the Rebels. Oh, excuse me, it is going back to St. Joe's. So St. Joe's gets possession back after that.
Rebels won the opening tip. So
that's right, after that jump ball. So 4:40 to go here in the first quarter. Rebels up 12-6. Yorosek drives to the center of the court. Picks up his dribble and gets it over to Wolf, being defended by Hoffman. Wolf looking to drive in. Hoffman there on the defense. Wolf tries to find a cutting Yorosek, but he's defended by Weston, and that pass is going to go out of bounds, going the other way.
Fifth turnover for the Jayhawks in the first quarter. Bradley, Rebels only with 1.
So Daniel Smith now in for Riker Hoffman with 4:23 to go here in the first quarter. So Lundgren brings the ball across half court. Being defended up high by Donovan. Lundgren kicks it to Hoffman on the left wing. Hoffman looking for his man. He takes the dribble into the key and hands it off to Scott, then to Smith. Smith hands it back to Scott. Scott's got it on the right wing. He kicks it over to Hoffman, who's now got it at the top of the key. Hoffman now hands it off to Weston. Weston's going to drive. He has a lane, and he has a floater. Nice little jump shot there to give the Rebels a 14-6 lead. Donovan now has it on the other end on the left wing. He's going to take a three, and that just bounces out. Lundgren with the good rebound there, and he will take it up the court. He tries to skip it up to Scott, but that's taken by Donovan the other direction. Donovan dribbles to his left. That'll be intercepted again by Lundgren. Still being guarded by Donovan, and they're going to get him for a
frustration foul.
Yep. And you don't want to see your best scorer to have his second foul here early on in the first, as he's going to get subbed out, as Rorabaugh will most likely be coming in for him.
And the Rebels will be in the bonus the rest of the way. They've been guarding each other back and forth, Bradley. I think we got a little competition going on between Donovan
when your best
Lundgren.
scorer's on and a very aggressive kid on the other team, it might lead to foul trouble to start the game. We just saw that there. Scott gets to Lundgren up top, then to Weston on the wing. Weston takes the three. That is no good, but rebounded immediately by Carter Scott. He gets it back out to Weston. Weston takes another three, and that is off. Good rebound and tip there by Carter Scott into the hands of Carter Hoffman. Mark that down for a potential play of the game, Rob. That was a perfect tip to an awaiting Carter Hoffman by Carter Scott. Rebels now up 16-6 with 2:54 to go here in the first quarter. Wolf has it on the right wing. He thinks about the long three, but then dribbles in. Carter Scott goes for the steal. They're going to get him for the foul there. Good aggressive play there by Carter.
His first foul, second on the Rebels in the quarter, and Riker Hoffman probably going to come in for Carter Scott would be my guess. Nope, Hoffman for Hoffman.
So for the Rebels, Daniel Smith, Carter Scott, Ridge Lundgren, Riker Hoffman, and Drake Weston into the game. But it looks like we have a timeout for St. Joe's. We'll be back after this. 2:46 to go in the first quarter. Rebels 16, St. Joe's 6. We'll be back after this.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
Welcome back. We're here at Rich High School with the Rebels up 10 here towards the end of the first quarter with 2:46 to go. Rob, any insight so far early on in this ball game?
Well, Rebels on a 9-2 run, Bradley, so defense has been doing well. I was surprised that it's taken this long to put up a three.
Beatty will get the ball into Windsor, who takes it across half court. He gets it over to Rorabaugh, to Wolf, back to Rorabaugh underneath. He's met by a herd of Rebels. Good ball movement there by the Jayhawks to get an open Windsor for three, and that is good. As I say, good ball movement there by the Jayhawks. 16-9 in favor of the Rebels. They immediately get it back down the court to Riker Hoffman underneath, and he finishes under the hoop with 2:18 to go. Rebels now up 18-9 as Windsor drives to the hole and has a floater. That's off the front of the rim into the hands of Riker Hoffman, who will pass it to Lundgren, who brings it across half court. He passes it over to Carter Scott, who will now take his place up top. Scott dribbles to his right. Tried to get an open Ridge Lundgren up top, but that was defended well by the Jayhawks. Weston now has it on the right wing. He drives to the hoop. That will be blocked by Beatty and going the other way, but Weston able to steal it away from Beatty and then into the hands of Riker Hoffman, who is then hit in the head, and he goes down there. So the Rebels will keep possession under the bat. Well, I think that will put us into the bonus,
It'll
correct?
put you in the bonus, yep. Drake should be shooting too.
Well, Riker's the one who got
Riker,
hit there.
yeah.
So Riker will go to the line shooting two here. So the foul was on number 22, Beatty.
His first of the game.
So Riker Hoffman to the line shooting two here in the bonus. Riker's first is up and good. Rebels now up 10 with 1:44 to go in the first quarter. Dylan Fonsbeck looking to check in.
Rebels 5 of 6 from the free throw line so far, Bradley.
If you can hit foul shots, that just changes the game for you. As you see the Rebels able to keep a comfortable lead here early on in the game, as Riker's second is up and also good. Once again, Dylan Fonsbeck has subbed in for Carter Scott here. Windsor gets it across to Yorsick. Yorsick down underneath the Beatty. Yorsick passes it back up top. He's got an open man in Windsor, and that is off the mark, but rebounded and put back by Beatty. Beatty's come off the bench, but he's made an impact already, finishing that bucket. Rebels get it back down. They've had great transition off of a made basket. They get it immediately down to Daniel Smith, and he finishes at the rim. Wolf now from 3, and he finishes. As a commentator, this is a little bit challenging. This is a fast game, but I love it. They get it back down to Daniel, who gets it immediately underneath to Dylan Fonsbeck, who's able to finish at the rim. Rebels keep that lead 25-14 with just under a minute to go here. Yorsick passes it to Windsor. Windsor has it on the right wing. Back to Yorsick. Yorsick passes it to Roribaugh. Roribaugh, he gets it over to Windsor, and Windsor hits a 3. That's his second, I believe, of the game. Getting his Jayhawks within 7 as Weston has it up top. He dribbles to the middle, kicks it out to Smith, then to Lundgren on the left wing. Lundgren's going to take that 3, and he banks it in, and we'll take it.
Banks open on Saturday or Friday, late Friday night.
That's right. Rebels now up 27-17. I need to fix my score there. So an attempted 3 there, doesn't catch iron. Fonsbeck gets the rebound and gets it to Weston. Weston goes all the way to the hoop, and he finishes with the and one. Big swing there. Jayhawks were within 7 at one point, but now the Rebels back up 12 after that transition, and Weston looking to make it a 13-point lead with 13 seconds to go here in the game. Interesting sub right here, Rob. You just put in Donovan, who's got 2 fouls with 13 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Well, but you took out Jurasic, who's got 2 fouls as well. So,
and obviously they're wanting Donovan to get a bucket before the end of the first quarter. So Weston's 3-point play is complete there with the foul shot made. So they will walk it up. Donovan has it on the left wing. He'll dribble to his left, hand it to Yorsick. Yorsick gets it to Windsor. Windsor for the long 3. That is off the mark and rebounded by Lundgren to close out this first quarter. A lot of points scored here in the first quarter, 30-17 in favor of the Rebels. We'll be back after this.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about 3 things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto Levinson scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for 2 reasons. 1, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and 2, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
It is time for the beginning of the second quarter. Rebels up 30-17.
Rebels shot 69% from the field, Bradley.
Wow. We'll take that every time. Scott gets it to a cutting Weston, but Yorsick, good defense there to break that one up. He gets it ahead. They try to get it to Donovan, and good defense there by Riker Hoffman to close that gap out as that pass does go out of bounds, giving the ball to the Rebels.
Only the 3rd turnover on that play from the Rebels. That's the 8th on the Jayhawks.
So Weston gets it. He drives immediately to the hoop, and that is just off the front iron. Rebounded by Yorsick. He gets it up to Windsor, who passes it up to Donovan. Back to Windsor for 3. He loves the 3 ball. That one is off the mark. Rebounded by Scott. Scott takes it across half court, and he's going to dribble that back out, set things up here. He gets it into Riker Hoffman, who's working his tail off under there. Riker finishes almost to the rim. Good effort there by Riker. Good defense there by the Jayhawks, and a rebound by Donovan. He gets it up to Windsor to Wolf, and that is stolen by Hoffman. Hoffman goes all the way to the hoop, not able to finish, but gets his own rebound. He's going to dribble that out. Riker not able to finish, but a good effort there in getting that offensive board and keeping the ball on the Rebels' end here.
Got a foul on the play, giving it to Gunnar Windsor. His first of the quarter on the Jayhawks.
Weston to inbound. He is looking, gets it, nice play there, gets it to Daniel Smith. Nice design there by Coach Cornea. Wide open Daniel Smith. 32-17, 6:52 to go in the second quarter. Yorsick tries to get a skip pass over to Windsor, and that's knocked away by Carter Scott. St. Joe's will keep possession right there in front of the student body. Rorabaugh to inbound. He gets it into Windsor. Windsor looks to Wolf in the corner. Wolf pump fakes, drives, dishes it out to Donovan, and that is just off the front of the rim. Carter Hoffman with the rebound. He gets it up to Riker Hoffman. Riker is blocked. 2 blocks there in a row by the Jayhawks, and then goes out of bounds. Rebels with a 15-point lead here, trying to extend it with 6:31 to go. Weston the inbounder. Same play here, just the opposite side for Smith. This time defended well by Rorabaugh. Carter Hoffman has it on the right wing. Passes it to Scott, then to Weston. Weston's got it on the left wing. He dribbles it out. He's going to take it up top, pass it over to Carter Scott. Carter Scott gets it to Carter Hoffman, who's cutting to the rim. Carter with a great finish. I'm just going to be dramatic here and say he might be the best finisher in 1A, and I haven't seen most of the 1A teams, but I'm going to just take pride there of how well he finishes at the rim. So that ball does go out of bounds on the Jayhawks. Rebels will get the ball back with Ridge Lundgren coming back into the game for Riker Hoffman.
Little no-look pass from the Jayhawks. Unfortunately, didn't look to see anybody was there with the no-look pass.
So the Rebels will take over, just getting it across half court as Lundgren hands it back off to Weston, who's got it up top. He dribbles to his right on the right wing. He picks it up and gets it to Lundgren up top. Then to Scott on the wing. So Coach Corney didn't like how that play was progressing, so he's going to take a timeout and talk to his boys, and we'll be back after this. Rebels up 34-17 with 5:43 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back after this.
Randolph Medical Clinic is known for comfortably treating acute and chronic conditions as well as mental health. Nurse practitioner Nancy Weston is known for providing compassionate care. Appointments can be made by texting 435-200-5416. Randolph Medical Clinic.
We are back after this. And Rob, we just saw Coach Cornea give an earful to his boys, and I love when that happens. I love to see some fire out of Coach Cornea.
Well, when you got a 17-point lead, you'd think you'd be nice and comfy, but he did not like the way that play was unfolding from several players that they were not doing what they were assigned to do.
Well, and it's, I think Coach Cornea knows it's not just about one game. You're building for the future too, and you want to get these kinks worked out. Ball is inbounded to West, and he dribbles to his right. He gets it to Ridge, who gets it to Carter Scott. Carter Scott looks for the alley-oop play, which is perfect. That has been such a great play all year, Rob, that alley-oop there to Lundgren. Rebels take a 36-17 lead as Donovan casts it from 3. That is no good. Rebounded by Carter Scott. Carter Scott's going to go coast to coast, dishes it out to Weston. Great drive and dish there by Carter Scott, but a double dribble by Weston will give the ball back to the Jayhawks with 5:13 to go in the second quarter.
4th turnover by the Rebels. They've matched their total from the first quarter already.
So Windsor gets across half court to Donovan, to Wolf in the corner. Wolf thinks about it. He'll skip past to Windsor up top. Windsor will take that 3, and that just bounces off into the hands of Lundgren, who gets it up across to Smith. Smith, a great drive, but not able to finish at the rim. He's defended there by Rorabaugh. Windsor tries to get it up to a streaking Wolf, but just out of the fingertips there. So the Rebels will get the ball back with Scott inbounding under the basket to Lundgren.
Jayhawks, no points so far in the second quarter, Bradley.
Yeah, they scored a decent amount with 17 in the first quarter, but not able to get on the board yet. Lundgren now has it up top. He dribbles to his right. Great spin move and finish for the and one for Ridge Lundgren. Great move there by Ridge and able to finish and make it a potential three-point play here, going to the line shooting one.
Rebels 7 of 8 from the free throw line. That is on Dalton Roraba, his first.
So Lundgren's one shot is up and good. Everyone forgot it's just one shot.
Yeah, let him have a couple more.
Yeah, why is Ridge walking away? If he'll give you some more, take it.
Got a timeout by the Jayhawks.
Okay, so Coach Loosemore is going to take a timeout. We'll do the same. Thank you to the Station on Main and T7 Propane for this production of Rich Rebel Basketball. Online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KADQ FM.
Listening to the music that you love brings you joy. MyLocalRadio.com brings you that music. Whether you like listening to country's biggest stars, classic pop hits, classic rock, and rock hits, or country's young guns and legendary southern rock. MyLocalRadio.com puts your favorite music at your fingertips. Download the app to your mobile device or log onto the website to bring more joy into your life with your favorite music. MyLocalRadio.com.
We welcome you back here online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KADQ FM as St. Joe's enters it into Windsor. He gets it across to Donovan. Donovan to Yorosik. Donovan now will drive in. Not able to finish. Jayhawks still having a dry spell as Yorosik does get the offensive rebound and gets it back to Donovan, who is fouled underneath. And the ball will stay right here with the Jayhawks after that foul.
Yeah, you're halfway through the quarter, Bradley, and the Jayhawks yet to score a point. The foul goes to Daniel Smith, his first, and the first of the quarter on the Rebels.
Donovan to inbound. He's under the basket, under his own basket. Gets it across. He has an open man in Windsor at the corner, and that is off the mark. And Lundgren gets the rebound, tries to get it ahead to Scott. That is tipped by Donovan on that transition pass to slow the Rebels down. So Scott will inbound it from that half-court line back to Lundgren. Lundgren gets it across half-court to Carter Hoffman on the wing. He dribbles to his left to Lundgren. Lundgren gets it inside to Daniel, kicks it out to Weston from the corner, and that is good for three. So Rebels with a 25-point lead here in the second quarter with 3:43 to go in the first half. Yorosek tries for three from corner. That is off the side rim as well. Daniel Smith with the rebound. He kicks it out to Hoffman, who tries to get it back to Smith, and that will be a kick by the Jayhawks. So Rebels will keep possession under their own hoop here, following that Drake Weston three from corner, trying to extend this lead in the first half. Ridge with the inbound. He gets it to Weston again on the corner for three, and that is good. Back-to-back threes for Drake Weston from corner on opposite corners. Jayhawks try to get it up quickly. Carter Scott able to tip it away, but Wolf able to regain it for his team. Donovan has it on the left, gets it to Yorosik in the corner. Yorosik up to Donovan. Donovan takes a jump step, kicks it out to Yorosik. Yorosik, he gets it up top to Windsor, and that is off the mark as well. Carter Scott with the rebound, taking it the other way. He dribbles, gets it to Lundgren. Lundgren to Hoffman for three. That just rims out. Daniel Smith fighting for the board against three Jayhawks, and that will be tipped by the Jayhawks. So great job by Daniel Smith to fight for that one, keeping it in possession of the Rebels.
Probably going to have to just give that as a team rebound, because I don't know if he ever had possession of it, Bradley, but still 1-on-3, and he gets the possession for the Rebels.
And we need that out of Daniel. He's got a big body. Need lots of rebounds out of him. Ball is inbounded to Riker Hoffman. Hoffman to Carter Hoffman. Carter gets it to Daniel inside. He turns and shoots. That is no good. Rebounded by Yorosek and handed off to Windsor, going the other way. Windsor gets it to Donovan on the left wing. Donovan dribbles to his left. He is met there by Lundgren and Hoffman, but he gets his own rebound and put back. I think they're going to call a foul underneath. So the Jayhawks will keep the ball here. 2:47 to go in the first half, looking for that first point of the second quarter.
Giving the foul to Carter Scott, his second.
Donovan looking to inbound. He'll get it to Wolf at the corner. Wolf pumps and drives. He gets it in. There we go. So Wolf gets that bucket for the Jayhawks, 45-19. Rebels immediately get it up the court to Hoffman. Hoffman, no good, but he gets his own rebound, and he will go to the line shooting 2.
When we talked about run, Rebels run, that was a quick transition on a made basket, Bradley.
Like I say, Rob, and I think this has been more of a transition than we've seen all year off of these made and missed baskets, but the Rebels doing a good job getting it down the floor quickly. And Carter Hoffman will go to the line shooting 2, and his first is up and good. So 46-19 for the Rebels. Jet Holmes subs in for Carter Scott. So it's Lundgren, Holmes, Hoffman, and Smith in as Carter's second foul shot is up and just rolls out. A rare miss for Carter Hoffman. Wolf with the rebound. He gets it across the timeline. 46-19 with 2:27 to go in the first half. Donovan gets it in the corner. That is no good. Smith with the rebound. He gets it to Lundgren. Lundgren gets it across the timeline. 28 to go on the shot clock. Holmes to Lundgren. Lundgren to Riker Hoffman. Back to Lundgren. Lundgren's going to get it out to Holmes. Holmes pumps on the left wing, then gets it to Daniel Smith at the baseline. Smith gets it up to Riker. 13 on the shot clock. He gets an entry pass into Daniel Smith, who's fouled, and so it'll stay here with 11 seconds to go on the shot clock. Well, they'll reset that. So a new shot clock to go here, minute 58 to go in the first half. That is
Jarosik's third foul of the game, and looking to the bench to see if they're going to sub him out with 2 minutes to go in the quarter, and the answer will be no.
So Jurasek needs to be careful not to get into real serious foul trouble. Good streaking Riker Hoffman there on the opposite block. Good find there by Ridge Lundgren, 48-19 with just under 2 to go in the first half. Donovan tries to get it over to Windsor, but that is broken up by Riker Hoffman and Jet Holmes. Jet Holmes will take it all the way there to the hole, 50-19 after that Holmes finish at the rim. Jayhawks immediately get it back down, but great hustle there by Daniel Smith to break up that transition layup. And the Jayhawks will keep possession under their own basket here with Rorabaugh looking to inbound. Rebels up 31 with 1:37 to go in the first half. Ball is inbounded. Gets it over to Wolf from the left wing. His three is good. Much needed three there to give the Jayhawks a little bit of life here to end the first half. Minute and a half to go. 50-22 for the Rebels. Holmes dribbles to his right. He gets it in to Lundgren in the middle of the key. Lundgren tries to get it into Smith, and I believe that was off the hand or foot of Smith and rolls out of bounds. So the Jayhawks will get it back, heading the other way. Windsor gets it across half court over to Donovan. Donovan to Yorsick, and that is just off the mark here. Lundgren gets the rebound up to Smith, then to Hoffman. Hoffman to Holmes. Ridge up top, 4-3, and that is good. Great to see that out of Lundgren at the top of the key. Rebels up 53-22 with 54 seconds to go in the first half. Windsor gets it across to Donovan. Donovan, good drive there, but that is deflected by the Rebels out of bounds. And Donovan will pass it in out of bounds here on the baseline. Donovan gets it into Windsor, who's wide open in the middle of the key, and he is not able to finish. Lundgren with the rebound gets it ahead to Riker Hoffman, who does finish at the rim. 55-22 for the Rebels. Huge second quarter for the Rebels with, I believe, 25 points so far. 32 seconds to go as Donovan drives. Nice finger roll at the rim. 55-24 for the Rebels. Holmes hands it off to Lundgren. Shot clock is off with just 21 seconds to go in the half. Rebels will go for the last shot here. So Lundgren's just going to dribble this thing out a little bit. 12 seconds to go. He hands to Holmes. Holmes has it up top. Back to Lundgren. He skips to Riker Hoffman. They try to get an alley-oop to Lundgren, and that is good. Great design play there with 1 second to go, and Windsor throws it up, and that is no good. So the Rebels take a commanding lead to end the half, now up 57-24. That will end the first half of play. We thank the T7 Propane and Station on Main for sponsoring this Rich Rebel basketball broadcast. Online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM. Tune in for the cheerleaders to perform at halftime as you listen to our standout student, which this week was Jet Holmes. We'll be back after this.
The town of Garden City is home to beautiful Bear Lake, where families play together. We welcome you to Garden City and invite you to visit bearlake.org for places to explore and information on upcoming events year-round. The town of Garden City welcomes you as we cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
It is time for our Student of the Week segment, and with it being the holiday week, I'm spending a lot of time with family, so I decided to do the easy way and get my nephew Jet on the radio on the call. I'm here with Jet Holmes, Student of the Week. And Jet, it's all right, because you're a great student, right? You enjoy school?
I love school. It's really fun.
What's your favorite thing about school?
I just hang out with my buddies, messing around.
You have a very tight-knit class of friends, don't you?
Yeah.
What has made it so that junior class, you guys are such a close group? And it's not even the boys. I know you talked about how you all have a group text together somewhat, and everyone is just good friends with each other. How has that made things so successful in sports?
Made things way easier for us to share the ball. None of us are selfish because we all love each other. We all have a really strong connection, and it helps out a lot in sports. And our student section is always super loud. We just love seeing the success of our other classmates.
Jet, you're coming off a 24-point game in double overtime against a very good North Summit team. Let's talk a little bit about that game. What was your takeaway from it?
Well, it was our second double overtime game of the year, and we just played as hard as we could. We were down 15 points at halftime, and I told them, I said, guys, we're a lot better than this. Let's just play as a team. Let's step up. We can get this game. And second half we scored a crazy amount of points. I can't remember the exact number, but we just played as a team. And then whenever I see it open shot, I take it.
A lot of basketball to go, and we're excited to see how you guys keep going. And Jet, talk to me about the varsity games you've been a part of. What's that like? You and a few others play a big role in coming in and giving a lift off the bench. What's that been like for you to always have to be ready for when Coach Corney calls your number?
I've kind of taken my role as kind of getting everybody else hyped up. So if I'm running around being aggressive on defense, diving on the floor, getting rebounds, then it's going to affect my other teammates, and they'll do the same. So,
Jet, I mentioned at the beginning, this is a family-oriented interview, and I wanted to ask, what's it been like for you to be able to play for your grandpa in both football and basketball the last 2 years?
Really fun because he can talk to me at home about mistakes I've made or good things that I've done. He can help me improve. I have just such a super close relationship with Grandpa that I understand what he's trying to tell me, and that I won't take anything personal from him.
Let's segue into school. Jet, how have things been going in your junior year? What's been a highlight, a non-sport highlight of the school year so far?
Being in those concurrent classes is actually more fun than you would imagine. It's pretty cool being able to be in a college environment while we're still in high school. And it's super fun to just learn about new things that I've never even imagined learning about before.
I know you've still got a good year and a half left of high school. Do you have any ideas yet on what you want to do after high school?
I want to play college football somewhere, but I don't know where yet, and I don't know what I want to get into either. So that's still on the fence. I'm going to have to talk to Miss Muir about that, and she'll help me out.
Well, you've got plenty of time to decide that and start making some choices there. But Jet, I to end each of these interviews with asking whoever I'm talking to, ask them to make a shout out to a teacher that's made a positive impact on their lives for you for the last 3 years at Rich High School.
The teacher I'd shout out would be Tyson Larson. He's always just been my best friend throughout all school, like all my high school, middle school, everywhere. He's just been my best friend. He's always super nice to me and cares about me and cares about my education as well.
Well, I can attest to that. All those things are true, so that's a nice shout out. And Jet, good luck this week.
Supporting local schools, Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company, know when it comes to buying and selling cattle, you count on the best. Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. 208-339-0614. That's 208-339-0614.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
Welcome back to our halftime show, brought to you by the Station on Main, and the Station on Main scoreboard shows the Rebels up 57-24. Rob, let's go over a little bit of those first half highlights.
Well, we were complimenting the Rebels in that first quarter, how hot they were. Bradley with 30 points in the quarter, but 27 in the second quarter. But holding the Jayhawks to just 7 points, even better. Rebels are shooting 61% from the floor. The Jayhawks 31%, which you're going to see that in the point total, obviously. Rebels 18 of 29 from inside the arc for 62%. 4 of 7, we talked about the 3-ball. They've been hot, that's 57%. And they're 9 of 11 from the free throw line. St. Joseph 6 of 15 inside the arc, just 4 of 17 from three-point land. So they're shooting more three-pointers than two-pointers, Bradley. They have not shot a free throw yet. We also talked about the battle of the boards as one of the keys of the game. Rebels up 19-11 on the boards. 5 of those offensive for both sides. Ridge Lundgren with 7 rebounds, and Carter Scott with 4. Urasek with 4, and Beatty with 3. And as far as the points go, we talked about Ridge Lundgren being back and being healthy. 17 points in the first half. Carter Hoffman with 9, Riker Hoffman with 10, Daniel Smith with 4, Drake Weston with 12, and Dylan Fonsbeck and Jet Holmes with 2 apiece. For the Jayhawks, Gavin Wolf, the leading scorer with 8, Gavin Donovan with 4, Gunnar Windsor with 6, and then Declan Urasek, Dalton Rorabar, and Beatty all with 2 points apiece.
And Rob, if I'm the Jayhawks, because you hit it right on the head there, a lot of three-point attempts and no foul line visits. If I'm then, I'm maybe trying to work it inside. Wolf, he's a big body. Try to draw some fouls under there. Get to the line and get some gimmies to get the momentum going here. But you said the Rebels shooting 61%. That's a great percentage from the field. And nearly 60 points in one half is great at any level. So we'll take it for now. Minute and a half to go until the start of the second half. We'll be back after this. You're listening online at mylocalradio.com and at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Supporting local schools, Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company, know when it comes to buying and selling cattle, you count on the best. Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. 208-339-0614. That's 208-339-0614.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
Welcome back as the second half just getting ready to go underway. Rebels starting how they started the game with Riker Hoffman, Carter Hoffman, Drake Weston, Ridge Lundgren, and Carter Scott. And for the Jayhawks, same thing, number 13, Gavin Donovan, number 14, Dalton Roribaugh, number 11, Gunnar Windsor, number 12, Declan Yorsick, and number 23, Gavin Wolf. And Rob, so far, Gunnar Windsor kind of having to carry the team here. Just out of curiosity, I looked up their football stats, and Gunnar Windsor was a really good football player this year. He had almost 1,400 passing yards, and a lot of them went to number 12, Declan Yorsick. So there's your football stats a few months later.
Yeah, one on our last stat, Bradley, the Rebels had 5 turnovers in the first half, Jayhawks with 11. And as I added up everything, I was missing 1 point. And that went to a little mark. I wasn't sure if it was a full mark or not. Went to Carter Hoffman, which meant you had 4 players for the Rebels in double figures, leaving Carter with 10 in that first half. Waiting for Drake to come out of the locker room, but the referees weren't here either. So
yeah, he went out to get the refs. I've never seen that happen before. Drake Weston had to go out to the hallway to tell the refs it was time to start.
Yeah, they were probably in there planning on where they were going to go for dinner afterwards.
Well, around these parts, you do have to be strategic on if any restaurants will be open in Evanston by the time this game ends. So at 57-24 in favor of the Rebels, start of the second half as Donovan kicks it to Windsor from the right wing, and Windsor's just rattles out. Carter Scott with the rebound, taking it the other direction. He gets it over to Lundgren, back to Scott. Scott's going to drive in, kicks it back to Weston. Weston for 3, and that is good. Weston with his third 3 of the ball game, giving the Rebels a 60-24 lead. Yorsick skip passes it to Windsor. Windsor back to Wolf. He's had a couple 3s today. That one rattles in. Good answer there by Gavin Wolf for 3. Carter Scott now taking it the other direction. He stops at the right wing, passes to Weston up top. Weston dribbles to his left. He backs it out. Trying to reset things here. Rebels getting things set up. He passes to Scott. Scott at the top of the key to Riker Hoffman, who hands off to a streaking Ridge Lundgren. Beautiful play there. This Rebel team passing the ball well today. Rebels now up 62-27. Gavin gets it to Windsor. Windsor tries to skip it over to Yorsick. That is intercepted by Carter Scott. Carter Scott gets it across half court. He's going to go coast to coast and be able to finish nicely with his left hand there. Give the Rebels a further lead, 64-27, 6:40 to go here. Gavin Wolf has it on the right wing. Passes it up to Windsor. Over to Donovan. Donovan pumps, drives, skips it over to Windsor, and Windsor has a nice 3 there. So already the Jayhawks able to get things going a little bit more on offense, but the Rebels matching it point for point so far as Weston drives to the hole, not able to finish on the double pump. Yorsick rebounds, gets it across half court. He'll hand it to Windsor. Windsor to Donovan. Donovan drives to his left. He looks to spin. That is tipped by Lundgren. Over to Windsor. Windsor gets it to Donovan underneath, and he's not able to finish. Rebels going the other way with Carter Hoffman, and they're going to get him for a travel as he tries to get it. He's defended there by Windsor at the basket. And so after all the commotion settles, Daniel Smith in for Riker Hoffman as the Jayhawks will take it the other way.
Carter Scott with 6 boards in the ball game, Bradley.
I love those rebounds. Donovan has it on the left wing. He hands it to Windsor. Windsor gets it to Yorsick on the left wing. Back to Wolf at the right wing. He tries to hand to Donovan. Now gets it to him at the top of the key. Donovan takes a dribble to his left, backs it back out, trying to get things going. He'll put that one up, and that is off the mark and rebound. Another rebound for Carter Scott. He gets it up to Daniel Smith. Smith hands to Lundgren, who has a clear lane and finishes with the reverse layup. Good finish, good pass there by Daniel. 66-30, 5:25 to go in the third. Roribaugh tries to drive in. He's stopped by Carter Scott. Scott gets it to Lundgren, then to Carter Hoffman, who finishes at the hole. Rebels are going to score a lot of points tonight, 68-30 with 5:10 to go in the third. Roribaugh hands it off to Wolf. Wolf, good pass to Donovan, who's able to finish at the hole. 5 minutes to go in the third, 68-32 in favor of the Rebels. Lundgren will walk it across half court, passes it to Scott. Gives it to Weston up top. Weston thinks about it, then drives. He's fouled by Yorsick on that drive.
That's going to be his 4th.
And so no subs coming for Yorsek. We do have Dylan Fonsbeck and Carter Grohl coming in for the Rebels. I imagine, Rob, you'll see the second team start to filter in for the Rebels.
I did not see a score from the JV game earlier, Bradley.
They won by 19, I believe.
Okay.
So 4:47 to go here in the third as Carter Hoffman and Ridge Lundgren are subbed out for Fonsbeck and Grohl. Grohl gets it into Fonsbeck, and that is tipped away by St. Joe's.
Carter Scott was wide open in the corner, clapping his hands. Drake did not see him.
4:43 to go in the third quarter. Donovan dribbles into the key, kicks it out to Yorsek. Yorsek to Windsor. Windsor back to Yorsek. He's got Donovan on the left wing. He'll try for three, and that rattles in.
Third one of the quarter for the Jayhawks.
Yep, they're shooting much better in this third quarter. Weston now has it up top. He hands to Grohl, who kicks it to Scott. Scott from the top, and that just rims out. Carter Grohl tries for the rebound. We'll see what the call is here. I think they're going to get Grohl for the foul on that rebound attempt. Yep.
Just one. Referee tried to get him a 1-1. He's only got one on his jersey. Well, he's got one on the front, one on the back.
Rob, they do say that number 11 is the worst number to have in terms of referees. It gets called a lot out of ease, is what I've heard. I'm sure that's not true. But Donovan goes to the hole.
Great defense by Daniel Smith.
Yeah, he knocks that one loose. Now Daniel taking it across. He goes coast to coast and able to finish. Great finish by Daniel Smith there. As you said, Rob, he had the tip and then gets it back on the other end. Windsor passes it up to Donovan. Rebels up 35 with 3:51 to go here. Donovan takes the long three. That bounces right back to him. He gets the long rebound, goes to the hole, and is able to finish at the basket. 70-37 for the Rebels. Weston now drives all the way and hands it off to Fonsbeck on the drive, and Fonsbeck with a nice finish. Good pass there by Drake, and great finish by Fonsbeck at the basket.
And
a rogue pink ball.
Yes, coming from the hallway. Got a turnover on whoever playing outside in the hallway.
The next generation's out doing their ball handling in the hallway. We'll take that as long as nobody trips on that ball.
Jet Holmes into the ball game for Drake Weston.
3:31 to go here. 72-37 in the third quarter. Donovan gets it across half court. He hands to Yorsek. Yorsek dribbles to his right. Looks to hand to Windsor, but good defense by Carter Scott. Rohrball has it on the right wing, guarded by Fonsbeck, who tries to get it to a streaking Wolf. Good defense there by Jet Holmes and into the hands of Carter Scott. Scott gets it across half court. He hands to Holmes on the right wing. Holmes dribbles to his left, hands to Fonsbeck, back to Holmes on the right wing. He'll drive all the way, tries to finish with his left hand, no good, but rebound by Daniel Smith. He tries to get to Carter Grohl just off the mark, and Yorsek able to get it up to Wolf, who crosses half court. He's going to try to dribble, and they're going to get Jet Holmes with the hand check underneath.
His first foul of the ball game, and the second on the Rebels in the quarter.
2:40 to go in the third quarter. Rebels up 35, 72-37. Beatty, he enters it into Donovan on the right wing. Donovan dribbles to his left. He tries to finish at the rim. Good defense by Daniel Smith, and he does get the rebound. Gets it to Carter Scott on the right wing. Scott over to Holmes on the right corner. Holmes to Smith. Smith drives in, kicks it to Grohl for three. That is off, but rebounded by Fonsbeck. 20 seconds on the shot clock. He tries, but is defended by Wolf. Wolf rebounds it and gets it across half court. He's on the right wing. He gets it to an open Donovan up top. Donovan dribbles in, picks up, and will get it up to Windsor. Defended there by Carter Scott. Carter Scott taking it the other way. Scott kicks it to Grohl. Back up to Smith on the left wing. Smith to Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck hands to Holmes up top. 1:50 to go in the third quarter. Carter Scott is on the left wing. He looks for Fonsbeck on the pick and roll. Good defense by the Jayhawks. Smith gets it a deep two for Fonsbeck on the right corner, but that is off the mark. Rob, one thing I've noticed, we have not gotten anywhere close to the shot clock being wound down today.
No.
Very quick possessions on both sides of the ball, as Donovan will shoot a 3, and that is off the mark and rebounded by Fonsbeck. Minute 24 to go in the third quarter. Rebels have kept their 35-point lead the last few minutes. Holmes has it up top. He passes to the right wing to Scott, nearly stolen by Windsor. To the corner to Daniel Smith, and that is tipped by the Jayhawks out of bounds. 19 to go on the shot clock.
A little reach around by Gavin Donovan. He's done that quite a few times tonight.
Fonsbeck enters it into Scott. Scott to Holmes up top. Holmes over to Scott. Scott gets it to Fonsbeck underneath. That is tipped away and into the hands of Windsor, who's going the other direction. He tries to get it to Donovan. Donovan tries to finish. They're going to get Jet Holmes with a foul on that rebound, I assume. So I'll just be transparent here. Jet has some shooting. He got that from everyone else but me. You just saw what he gets from me on that foul on that rebound.
On the foul on the rebound.
Beatty enters it into Donovan on the corner. Donovan dribbles to his left. Then he kicks it to Windsor on the left wing. Windsor shoots for 3, and that is off the back of the rim. Rebound by Carter Scott. He's gotten quite a few of those tonight. Carter Girl has it on the left wing. Back to Holmes up top. 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Holmes to Smith on the right wing. Smith's calling for a reset. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. Girl had it up top. Back to Smith in the corner. Holmes gets it underneath and pops it back up to Daniel Smith for 3, and that is good. The big man with the 3-point bucket from up top. We'll have to tally up how many different players have had threes tonight. I think it's quite a few, Rob. As Wolf takes it across the timeline. 14 seconds to go. Donovan dribbles into the basket, defended by Smith. He'll hand off to Windsor, who gets a floater, and that will fall. 75-39, 3 seconds to go as Carter Scott crosses the timeline. He takes a deep 3, and that is no good. Rebels now up 75-39 to end the third quarter. We'll be back after this. You're listening online on mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQFM. When we come back, it is the Bear Lake Realty Fan Cam.
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Water's Edge, right downtown Garden City. Beachfront condos, close to the beach, close to downtown for your renters and the owners.
I want to thank Gary McKee and the whole Bear Lake Realty team. If you're looking for a place in Bear Lake, reach out to Gary and his staff at Bear Lake Realty. Bear Lake's a great place. Come recreate up there and find a place to call your second home or your first home. Especially if you have a son that's, 6'5", likes basketball and football. Move on up, find a place in Bear Lake. So we are just the start of the fourth quarter here, with the Rebels leading 75-39. The lineup for the Rebels: Ridge Lundgren, Carter Hoffman, Drake Weston, Aiden Weston, and Dylan Wasden.
Rebels outscored the Jayhawks 18-14 in that quarter, Bradley. That's a low-scoring quarter.
Well, and Rob, if really that second quarter just killed the Jayhawks. I mean, they've had 19 in the first quarter, 14 in the third, which in a lot of games is decent, but they just could not get things going, only scoring 7 in the second quarter, which consequently was the Rebels' best quarter so far. And Weston inbounds it to Lundgren, back to Weston on the right wing. Weston looks in for Hoffman, and Weston will drive, kick it out to Lundgren, back to Weston up top. Weston over to Lundgren at the left wing. 19 to go on the shot clock. Lundgren tried to get it inside to Wasden, but that is tipped away by the Jayhawks. So 13 seconds to go on the shot clock. 7:30 to go here. So I believe we will have a running clock this quarter, Rob.
They have such a thing in basketball, Bradley?
It looks like they do.
I did not know that.
We'll have to look into that. Ball is entered into Carter Hoffman. Good defense there by Beatty to knock that away at the hoop, as Windsor will bring it across the timeline. He passes to Donovan. Donovan dribbles to his right. Picks up by Beatty. Pick and roll to Beatty. Beatty tries to finish. That is back off the back of the rim. Rebound by Wasden. Hands it off to Lundgren, who walks it across half court. Lundgren passes over to Wasden on the right wing. Wasden to Hoffman at the left wing. Wasden passes it to Lundgren. Lundgren's going to bring it up top. Reset things. He passes to Weston on the left wing. Weston looks for Wasden cutting inside. Gets it to Aiden Weston at the top. Back to Weston. Drake Weston, that is. He dribbles to his left. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Weston's going to have to shoot it. And he gets it off, but not in time to have it hit the rim. So we finally got a shot clock violation today, Rob. Happens about halfway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Drake knew the shot clock was that low. That's when a teammate needs to step up and say, hey, point up at the clock.
So a sub in for Ridge Lundgren. Cade Nelson into the ball game. Rohrabaugh has it. He hands it off to Donovan. Donovan drives in, kicks it back out to Windsor. Windsor to Donovan, the left corner. That is going to be kicked by Carter Hoffman with 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. So the Rebels have done a good job tonight, Rob, with bottling up Donovan, as he's not been able to get things going as usual. Windsor kicks it over to Wolf. Wolf dribbles to his left. That is going to be broken up by Wasden. I think they're going to call a foul here, though, on Wasden. Yep, there it is.
Yep, had the ball and had him tied up, but got loose. And there's the last of the starters, Bradley.
Drake Weston and Carter Hoffman subbed out, and in comes Paxton Nicolademus and Carter Grohl. So for the Rebels is Nicolademus, Wasden, Grohl, Nelson, and Weston. Ball is inbounded to Wolf. Wolf dribbles to his left. He drives all the way to the basket, not able to finish. Rebounded by Cade Nelson. He gets it up to Aiden Weston. Good rebound there by Cade. Grohl has it on the right wing. 4:51 to go in the game. 75-39 in favor of the Rebels. Wasden has it on the right wing. It goes past Aiden Weston, but into the hands of Nicolademus. Paxton gets things reset and passes it to Grohl on the left wing. Grohl looking for a cutter. He gets it to Cade Nelson up top. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Nicolademus has it. He gets it to a cutting Grohl, and that is blocked by Donovan, taken the other way. Good defense there by Donovan. Donovan skip passes it to Windsor. Windsor tries for the floater hook shot, but that is off the mark and rebounded by Dylan Wasden. Passed over to Carter Grohl. Grohl passes up top to Nicolademus. 4 minutes to go in the game. Aiden Weston, he's going to drive to his left all the way to the basket and just not able to finish. Good drive there. But not able to finish. And Gavin Wolf gets a good rebound there, but not able to keep his footing, so they're going to call a travel, and the ball will stay down on the Rebels' end.
Hit every part of that rim except the bottom part of the net.
Yep, it was a good drive, just not able to finish. Aiden Weston gets the inbound to a wide open Grohl, same thing. And they're going to call Carter Grohl with the foul there on the rebound off the miss, so it's going to go the other way as Donovan enters it into Windsor. Windsor gets it across the timeline. Passes to his left to Donovan. Donovan drives to the hole. Good shot there, but off the back iron and rebounded by Grohl. Grohl gets it up court to Aiden Weston. Aiden's in the corner to Nicolademus. Up top to Grohl. 3 minutes to go here. Grohl drives, kicks it back out to Nicolademus, to Nelson. Back to Aiden Weston up top. 17 seconds to go on the shot clock. Grohl, he is being trapped up top. Tries to get it over to Weston, and that will go out of bounds just in front of the student body there. So Yorosik will sub in here for that's for Gavin Donovan coming out of the ball game, and
he'll finish with 11 points, Bradley.
Windsor crosses the timeline. Gives to Wolf. Wolf hands to Rohrabaugh. Rohrabaugh to Yorosik. Yorosik drives in and hands to Wolf. Wolf, good drive to the basket. He spins and off the mark. Aiden Weston with the rebound. The Rebels are going to take a timeout. We'll be back after this. This is a T7 Propane production of Rich Rebel Basketball, online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Rob, so we were just talking about a very interesting stat so far in this game.
Sorry, what's that, brother?
I was just saying we were just talking about an interesting stat so far in this game.
The Jayhawks have not shot a free throw
the whole game. I don't know if I've seen that. And I'm not trying to sound biased here. I don't think that there's been a lot of calls that they've missed that would send the Jayhawks to the line. They're very much a perimeter team. Not many post plays so far. So the Rebels do try for the post play there. That is no good. Aiden Weston has it off the second chance, and he is able to drive and score for the Rebels. Is that the first points of the quarter, Rob, right there?
For either team.
Yep. So the Rebels up 77-39 with 1:46 to go here. Three-point attempt by Roribaugh is no good. Yeah, I think we're going to the foul line, Rob. No, they're going to call it under. Come on, send them to the line. The refs must not know the statistic that is yet to happen.
Yep.
I'd send them to the line here. Help them get some points here as Beatty will take it underneath. Beatty gets it into Wolf up top. Wolf drives to his right, goes behind his back, trying to finish at the rim. He kicks it out to Roribaugh. Roribaugh drives to the hoop, and that is just off the mark and into the hands of Dylan Wasden with 1:07 to go here in the game. Wasden drives, kicks out to Aiden Weston. Aiden Weston for three, and that gets stuck right in the corner, so that'll be considered a jump ball and will be given to the Jayhawks. Everyone loves when that happens.
After watching 30 points scored in a quarter by one side, to see only 2 points scored in this whole quarter total by both teams combined, Bradley.
Yep.
Different.
This gym's gone cool. Windsor with the three-point attempt. That is no good and rebounded by Wasden. 35 seconds to go here.
His fourth rebound in the quarter.
So the Rebels will have to attempt one more shot as there's a 3-second difference on the clock versus the shot clock. 21 to go on the shot clock. Nicola Demas, he looks to get it to Nelson, which he does. Cade goes to the hoop. He pump fakes and not able to finish. Rebound attempted there by Aiden, and Aiden Weston fouls Beatty there. 9 seconds to go here. Running clock, 7 seconds. So Windsor's going to be able to get one more shot off, but he will not attempt. Well, he will attempt that. 3-point is up and off the mark. So the Rebels able to take care of business tonight, 77-39 in this ball game. We'll be back after this with our post-game show. Thanks for listening in. Rebels win 77-39. We'll be back after this.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit WattSmartHomes.com today.
Fast, fresh, delicious. Three words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Welcome back to the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. Rob, very fast-paced game. You got your work in tonight. I just want to thank Rob. He runs the camera and does the stats, and this was one of the faster games that we've done just in terms of both sides getting it up the floor very quick, so it's hard to keep up. But, Rob, let's have a bit of a recap from this game. What do you have for us? And once again, this is brought to you by Jimmy John's.
Well, the Rebels jumped out early, Bradley, hot from the field. They shot 69% in the first quarter, jumped out to a 30-17 lead. We were impressed with the offense in that first quarter, but they matched it nearly with 27 points in the second quarter. But the bigger thing is the defense stepped up, holding the Jayhawks just to 7 points. So you get a 57-24 halftime score. And then in the third quarter, Rebels outscored the Jayhawks 18-14. So it's 75-39. And now, no offense to the bench, but basically the fourth quarter was played by the younger players. And just looking at the stats, just through those 3 quarters, Bradley, the Rebels shoot 60% from the field. So, and the final score, 77-39. The Jayhawks do not score in the fourth quarter.
Thank you, Rob, and that is our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. When we come back, we will have the McKay D. Markham Precision Play of the Game, followed by the Station on Main Player of the Game, and then the Woodruff Country Corner Calendar Update. We'll be back after this.
Make your day even better by indulging in delectable, freshly prepared classics at the Crawford Trough. Come enjoy succulent cheeseburgers, rich raspberry shakes, crispy onion rings, or golden fries, and pair it all with our exclusive River Bridge soda. For another favorite, try a grilled chicken wrap or a yummy twisted ice cream cone. Make the perfect dining experience with our delightful Crawford Trough staff. Treat yourself to something delicious from the Crawford Trough in Randolph. Listening to the music that you love brings you joy. MyLocalRadio.com brings you that music. Whether you like listening to country's biggest stars, classic pop hits, classic rock and rock hits, or country's young guns and legendary southern rock. MyLocalRadio.com puts your favorite music at your fingertips. Download the app to your mobile device or log onto the website to bring more joy into your life with your favorite music. MyLocalRadio.com.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels.
Woodruff Corner Store is hometown convenience. Now serving ice cream or shakes from our new soft serve machine. And remember, you can always stop in for a fountain drink with all your favorite mix-ins. Summer hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Welcome back. This is our Independent Software Solutions post-game show. D. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. We're giving it to, it happened right off the bat. It was pretty early on in the first quarter. Carter Scott goes up for the rebound and gets a perfect tip to an awaiting Carter Hoffman. We've got a lot of Carters.
Yep.
But it was Carter Scott to Carter Hoffman. A great heads-up play, high basketball IQ play from Carter Scott to tip it to Carter Hoffman for the great finish. That's brought to you by D. McKay Frankum. That's the precision play of the game. Which brings us to our Crawford Trough player of the game. Rob, what do you have for us?
Well, you could give it to several players. Carter Scott had 8 boards and I think at least 3 steals. Drake Weston with 15 points, Carter Hoffman with 12, Riker Hoffman with 10, Daniel Smith with 9. But Ridge Lundgren, 21 points and 7 rebounds. And I can't count the assists at the same time, but I know he's got to be up there 6 or 7. We talked about one of the keys of the game. He leads the team in 5 categories, and that's the Ridge Lundgren that we anticipated. It was good to see him bounce back in the middle of the game, and I think you get another one like this. I just hope we didn't use all our luck tonight because you get to play Tinnick tomorrow night.
That's right. And, Rob, we were talking about how nice it's been to have several leading scorers. I know that Riker has been the leading scorer. Carter Hoffman has been the leading scorer. Carter Scott has been the leading scorer. Drake Weston has.
Yep.
Ridge was tonight. I mean, that's 5 or 6 guys right there. And so if you're a defense preparing for the Rebels, that's tough to do because you know that there's 6 guys who have scored nearly 20 points on any given night. So, and they passed the ball well tonight. Just can't say enough about these Rebels tonight. The Woodruff Country Corner calendar update. So tomorrow, the Rebels do have a doubleheader with the boys and girls playing Tintic, and I believe it's an early tip-off tomorrow.
3 o'clock for the girls' game and 4 o'clock for the boys' varsity. The freshman games start at 1.
Okay. So there's just an hour gap between the girls and the boys? Or is it 3 and 4:30?
3 and 4:30, you're
okay.
right.
So our pregame show will start at 2:30 for the girls' game, and then girls and boys will both play Tintic. And so tune in, head over to the high school gym in Randolph if you're around, but tune in, we'll be doing that show.
And the wrestlers are in action tomorrow. The girls catch a 5:15 a.m. bus ride from Woodruff to go to Mountain Crest over in Cache Valley. And the boys catch a late bus at 6 a.m. To go to Bear Lake and wrestle with the Bears. And that'll do it for the weekend.
Well, and that Bear Lake Invitational is a huge tournament. I was just talking to, I think, Jordan Perry today about how that is just jam-packed. It reminds me when we take my daughter to dance competitions. It is an all-day event, jam-packed, so best of luck to our boys and girls tomorrow, and then we will be here doing the Tintic game. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.